Alright everybody, welcome back. We're back with another video, back working on this rebuild for our Crossroads RP gaming server. If you guys haven't already done so, please go ahead, do me the favor of smashing the like button, leave us some comments down below, and if you haven't already thought about doing it or have been enjoying watching some of these videos, please hit that subscribe button. We're not trying to do this professionally, guys. We're just trying to grow the channel so we can work with more developers to get more videos and more help for you guys when you try to install these scripts. So again, if you haven't already done so, hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, and leave us those comments. Hit that notification bell so you know every time we drop a new video. We'll be going live pretty soon. If you guys want to see more live stuff, let me know what you're looking at. We'll try to get some more of that going too. At the moment, we're just trying to get through this rebuild, and then we're going to be working on building our own script as well after that. So you guys may see some of that in and out, trying to get some of that crap done too. Because I'll be honest, I'm about ready to bang my head against the wall with the UI on the daggone thing. But let's get after it. We're going to try to get going. Today we're going to finish up our JG scripts bundle that we have going on. Now we may have to look at, there will be another script that goes along with this that'll be installed probably next on the next video, which is the advanced parking. That just allows us to have persistent vehicles and not have a problem with the cars despawning too quickly, things like that. We do run that, and we run a script for boots on the tires, so that way they can't run off if they, the car gets towed or whatever. They stay in the tow yard, they are booted, and then if they don't pick them up, they get scrapped. Pretty simple, pretty easy. That's how we do it. All right, let's get after here, guys. What we're going to do now is we're going to just start with the basics here. Let's go ahead and get the garages installed. So what we're going to do is open this sucker up. Now I have, JG does do their own database install with the scripting, but I did have issues with it on the last one, so I did go back and circle back and drop in the database for all four just in case. So if you guys did have that issue, if you installed the other ones and you had the issue with the database error popping up, go ahead and go back and circle back and install those. That's what fixes it. I went ahead while I was doing it and just dropped all four in at once because I knew I was going to be installing them anyways. Even though I'm not going to be using this database, I want everything to work while I'm doing development, so that way I don't have all those extra damn errors popping up that I'm wondering what the hell that is. So let's look at the install. Again, on this one and the other one, it's just the SQL. So that's the only install part. Now, images, you can't add images in here of vehicles, so if you want all your cars in there to have different pictures, you can do that. I don't have the time to do that at the moment. I probably will do it at some point, but at the moment I don't. So that's just an option for you guys. What we're going to do now is we're going to go straight into config, guys. Pop over here, and basically you're going to work your way down. I mean, you're going to select your vehicle keys, you're going to select your banking, the gangs, you have what kind of gang system you're using, and then the target, the radio. I mean, it's all just basic reading and coding. I don't think there's anything specific that you need to change on here. I don't know if that advanced garages is in here that I used. Look, can't remember. Advanced. There it is. Let's see. No, that's not it. Advanced. I'm looking because I do run an advanced garages, or advanced parking, excuse me. Advanced parking, and they don't know. Okay, let me just search for parking. Nope. Okay, good. Don't have to even worry about coding that. It just builds itself in. Good, that works for me. Alright, so basically, guys, you're just going to work your way down until you just check through everything that you want to change. Everybody's setup is different. These are your garages that are built in. These are private garages, so that's the command, private garages. You'll want to change the job maybe that has to be on for that to work. Job garages as well. Now you can set up job garages and you can add vehicles to it. Only admins can do it. And then, let's see. Then you have gang garages, the impounds, both impounds, the interiors, because you can go into these. These are the change the plates. This is deletes the car from the database, and this will put it back in the garage if they can't, if you don't know where it's at, or it needs to be returned, or it won't despawn, or whatever the case may be, just sitting there randomly, you can, instead of DV, you can do V return, which puts it back in their garage. And that's pretty much the biggest thing for that. What I'm going to do, again, like I did on the last one, is I will move my entire config from my other server to this one, because it'll add in all of my garages that I've already coded. All right, so again, guys, just work your way down it and code it the way you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this, and then I'm going to make this screen bigger, and I'm going to throw this out here, and then I'm going to go to my VPS on another screen, and I'm going to back out, and I'm going to go to this script, which is here, and I'm going to steal the config out of it. Copy. It's going to drop it in here. And these haven't been coded maybe a week, so I don't have to worry about it. If any of you are thinking, well, maybe it's probably out of date, like I said, it hasn't been, I haven't had it that long. Alright, so there's that one. Now we're going to look at the dealership. It'll be a similar situation where you're going to have a SQL to load in. That's going to be your biggest thing. And then you're going to go to your config. And you're basically going to go down and code everything the way you want it. Your fuel system, your keys, your notifications, your draw text. These are your keys to open everything up. If you don't like the E, you can change it. Financing information, plates, test drive times, display vehicle, what plate goes on the display vehicle, the stock purchase information, the colors that are available to them to paint them. Here are your categories. So, if, like with me, you'll see I'll have a few extra categories added to the bottom. So, if you guys have your own car packs that you're adding in, and you use your own names in order to kind of separate them out from all the original, you'll need to add those categories down here. And then you'll add the categories here on each individual dealership, and you'll see how I have separated stuff out. And these will be the cars that show up on that menu. Luxury, same thing. Boats, same things. Now, what I'm going to do is, before I do anything else, I'm going to move my own config. So again, we're going to do the same thing we did on the last. I'm going to close the screen over there for the config so I don't get that same old error. And I'm going to grab this. I'll probably just delete it. I don't know why I'm saving that. I'm just going to delete it. Then I'll go back to my VPS so I picked the right freaking thing. I'm going to go into dealerships, into the config. And again, I'm just going to copy it and put it right here. There's that. And if I open it up, let's make sure I got the right one. Yeah, okay. I did grab the right one. So we're just going to back out. Now, vehicles. Here we go. So I'll just probably, let's see, how am I going to do this? Do I want to put them all in the same thing? Why not? Let's just do this. Yeah, let's do this. Let's grab JG, drag it up, give JG its own thing here. What I'll probably end up doing is just rename it to make it a little longer. So I'll do JG hyphen scripts. Okay. There. That way it sticks out a little further and it's not as, I don't overlook it. Now what we're going to do is go back into that. And then you have all the parts that goes to them. So I've got the handling, mechanic props, the text UI, the vehicle mileage. And then once you go into their bundle, see you got the text UI on each one of them. We're just going to grab the garages, drop it in there. And then once that's finished, I'll grab the dealership and put it in as well. This way they're all together. All the dependencies are together. Normally I'll put the mechanic stuff with the car stuff, but it's kind of a lot of stuff for one. When I get more than one or two scripts for a specific developer, then I'll usually put them all together. Wasabi, I've got Only thing with Wasabi is we got the bridge and then the two scripts. So what I do is I put the bridge into the dependencies, and then I put the two scripts in with the government stuff. So that way when I'm looking for those, I know exactly where they're at. All right, so there's all of those. We're going to just minimize this. All right, you can see this is me. I've already restarted it to make sure I didn't have any errors after I did the database. So we're just going to kick it over one time. Now I may get a couple of errors once we get into the game and I show you the UI, because the car packs that it's looking for don't exist. So if I see some errors about that, then I know what it is. There's nothing to worry about with you guys or even the way the script is installed. It's just that the cars that it's looking for aren't available and they're not coded yet, because I haven't even switched my vehicle Lua in yet. But that's what I may encounter that, but you'll still be able to see how that UI works. All right, let's jump back over here. That's my biggest thing. I want you guys to see how the UI works. Now, coding in different garages and whatnot is not that hard. Hold on. While it's loading, I will pull up. Come over here, you. Like, coding in different garages and mechanics and the dealerships is not that difficult. Okay, let's show you where I put my own garage. This is the garage, right? Yeah. So like down here at the bottom, see, you just copy the same formatting. Toledo Bay was the last one that was in of their own. So then you just copy the same formats for these. And the same thing with the dealerships. It's the same, just keep the format the same. Just keep that format the same. See, luxury. Then I've coded one additional, I believe. I put it at the top. Yeah. See, motorcycles, off-road muscle, sports classic. That's one of my own packs. Motorcycles. There's one of my packs. That's one of my packs. That's one. And then this one is PDM. So I've got PDM kind of down to some of the base cars and the way I do it. And then luxury. Where is it at? PDM. Luxury. Here we go. Luxury, super sports, and then I've got two of my own packs in there. And this is what shows up in the menu. Now the thing about it is, you'll see is sometimes you have to refresh it in order to get the cars to always load correctly. So connect, and I will bring you guys over here. Trying to get as much information in it as we can, but again, guys, if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to message me on my Discord. I have to stress that, on my Discord. Create a ticket on my Discord. I'll try to catch these ones on YouTube as much as possible, but I don't always catch them till maybe an hour or two later. If you guys are trying to get some coding done, this might be something I can help you out with in a few seconds or a minute or really fast. And if you're waiting on me to respond on YouTube, then it's just hurting your productivity. So as always, like, comment, subscribe, go to my Discord, join my Discord, go over, create a ticket, and then I'll get it faster because it'll show up on my phone. It pops up on my PC while I'm working. And if I don't have a lot going on, I can always message you back. And if it's something simple, I can point you in the right direction. If it's something I need to verify for you, you can send it to me and I can still look at it. I do try to help as much as possible when I'm able. So, all right. So, we're here. So, there should be a garage right here. There it is. Open garage. See, these are the two cars that I've just messed around with doing this stuff. They're there. When you click on them, it's going to say it's in Legion. If you hit transfer, it's going to want you to transfer it where. Then you hit that. There it is. And there's your car. Drive around. And there. There's that. Now, you can do private garages. And I've got one that I usually have. I usually put one at this place right here. This is where one of the admins usually is. For the admin that helps out with Harmony is usually here. So I usually put a garage right here. And to do a private garage is pretty simple. You just t/private garages. I can spell. Pop up. Give me an error and say I'm not an admin. Garages, not garage. All right. So all you gotta do is hit a create. It's gonna ask you to name it. You can do test or whatever you want to name it, and it says get location. There it is. Then you add on who you want to use it. The players have to be online for this, so I'm the only one here at the moment. I'll add player. I'll hit save, and then it loads it. Now it's there. Now, if they say later on they mention, hey man, my buddy's in, can he get access to my garage? Sure, I'm in at the same time as them. All you gotta do is hit edit and add them. You'll hit that, you'll select their name, and you'll save it. Pretty simple, easy to do. Now you have a garage here that only you can see, or the persons that are on there with you. Now, that being done, that's pretty much how the garage system works. Really, really simple. What we need to do now is go over here. Here is luxury dealership. Of course, there's no cars on the floor because I haven't set up any cars yet because no one wants to. We've not sold it to anybody yet, so we're letting anybody have it. I usually turn off the arrows. And then you can see the showroom. It's going to pop up the cars that you have coded. Problem is the cars it's trying to pull aren't necessarily there. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to, let's see, how is this one set up? Add, is it dealer? Admin, there it is. Okay, then you're going to go to vehicles, and it's going to show you the vehicles that you don't. But you do import, it's going to pull it from your vehicle Lua. There's all the cars. Now, of course, all the cars that I need aren't going to be here. So, then once you get your cars pulled in, you'll go to your dealerships, and here's your dealerships. All these dealerships are there, but the problem is the cars that they're looking for aren't necessarily going to be active. So, like with Harmony, all you can do on this end is you're going to decide what vehicles are in here. So, you know, you can change the prices, you can change different stuff. They'll see sales, you can see that you can have display vehicles, you can change the name. All the stuff for the actual dealership is right here. Now, go back to vehicles, you're going to be able to change the vehicles out. So like you can go over here and click up a category. See, I've added more categories. See, Ultimate Dealer 2, Drag, Donks, Auto 1, Sleds. Okay, so we're, of course, those cars aren't here. So we're going to click on one that is. Here's the sedans. Okay, there you go. It shows we've got 4 pages of them. They're already coded to PDM. You can't edit that. So you go to edit. You can decide that you want it somewhere else. All you got to do is select what dealership you want it at. Take the one off you don't. You can change the price. You can change the category that it shows up in. Any of this information you can change except for the spawn code. All this is adjustable, so that way you can decide what cars go in what dealership. Now that I have imported the cars, let's see if it actually shows us a few vehicles. See, we got 49 supercars. Now, once they go in and pick out a car, they can choose from 8 different colors. Okay, they can test drive it. You know, if you want them to test drive, you can choose different cars. Just work your way down. They can choose the way the car sits. Of course, this view here is in an apartment down in the tower. So remember that this can't be used by anybody else unless you want to change all of this. And I would say not, because it's always lit in here pretty good. So it works really good for these cars. Yeah, that's how it works as far as setting it up, getting the cars in. You just have to, if you add your own pack, you have to go in here and you got to find that pack, which I'm going to do. It's not going to show up, but we're going to do it. And then if you'll do import, it'll bring the cars in if they're there. Of course, they're not there yet. They're not coded or anything yet, but if they were, they would load. Then you would go in and you have to decide what dealership each car goes to. So when you add in your packs, that's where it takes the first amount of time. You've got to decide price, where it's going, and all that stuff right off the bat. And then once they're in, they're good. Or you can take them away, or whatever the case may be. But that's how you do that. That's how you get the garages and the dealerships going. You guys, it's really simple. I have to honestly say, JG done a really good job with this one. It's one of the easier scripts to set up. The only hard part is, of course, when you go in, you have to decide the cars. But that does allow you a little bit of leniency and flexibility because you can install cars and script them all in like 100 or 150 grand and be really quick on your on the way that you do your coding, copy and paste in that vehicle Lua. But then you can also go in at the last minute and decide, okay, that's not $100,000 car, that's $125,000 car or a $90,000 car, whatever you want it to be. That's how you do that. So makes it really simple for that matter. Again, if you guys have questions, get with me. I'll help you out as much as I can. Discord's where to be. But before you do that, make sure you have liked, commented, and subscribed to the channel so that way we can grow the channel. That's all we're trying to do. And again, guys, if you have any questions, let me know. I will see you guys in another video where we're going to continue doing the build. Now, from here on out, I think I'll bet AK-47. I'll probably do batches of scripts together. So I'll try to batch as many developers in one video as I can. You know, AK is probably going to be a couple. XMMX is probably going to be one video, but a lot of the rest of it's going to be just me throwing 3 or 4 things at it, taking up about a 20-minute video to get her done. If you guys think I should just do a couple of long form videos, let me know. But I try to make it to where I can code and tag everything together, and so if someone's looking for help with that script, they can find it. But again, let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys on the next video where we're going to continue getting this bitch up and running, and hopefully soon I can drag everything in and swap it out. So that's going to be another video too. And down near the end, we have a lot of my just random open source scripting that I run as well. That'll be going in. So again, guys, thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys on the next one where we'll continue this drive to get her done.